I began to go on various retreats, like one here at this community, one here with this parish, another here. And I just started to go on retreats to serve, but really to be filled. So even though I was still living 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not in such a distance as I was before, a little bit closer. And I began to seek, like, and search. I was searching, and I didn't know I was searching, but I was. 2 Corinthians 6:14. So I can post it in the chat after. Yeah, so I just lost my place. Yeah, so I went ahead and I was beginning to seek, and one of my very good friends, she brought me to a Life in the Spirit seminar with Shalom. And I went, and the very first time I went, I had never heard praying in tongues. I was never very charismatic, and I was like, wow, what's this? And it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I also was at peace. And I loved the retreat, and then I left and nothing much changed. I thought to myself, well, why am I gonna give up my Saturdays to go and pray? I still want to, like, go out to parties with my friends. And thank God for Nara and her fidelity to always reaching out to me, but I, like, blew her off for 1 whole year after that. And because I still looked for retreats, a year later, I went and I said, hey, do you guys need help on this retreat? So I could go and serve, but fill myself. And I went, and from that moment, like, I really knew that that was, like, what God wanted for me. There were a few things leading up to the retreat that I had planned to go on a trip all around the world. And I had everything done. I had the cities, I had jobs waiting for me. I just needed to buy a one-way ticket to New Zealand. And it didn't end up happening because God provided me with a job that I'm still at now. And when I went to the Shalom house after the retreat, and I really knew, I was like, okay, there's something here that I need to find. I remember sitting in the one of the rooms, and they had a map, like a world map similar to this one, and they had all of these push pins in it all over the place. And I asked, because they were from all of the cities that I was planning to travel to, and I asked, and I said, what are all of these, like, push points? And they said, this is where we have a Shalom mission all throughout the world. And for me, I, like, couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, like, I had what I thought my plans were, like what I wanted to do, but God was showing me that he still was knowing my desires, but wanted to fulfill my desires in the way that he has planned. And being able to meet people from all around the world, seeing how international our charism is. I ended up joining the vocational year to seek and learn more about the community, who these joyful people were. And the rest is history. I never left. And very often I think, like, it's kind of like the horizon and the sunset, God's, like, call for our life. He doesn't always say, like, very clear, like, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Like, that's what you need to do. Sometimes it's like the horizon. We look off in the distance, we see it, and we start walking in that direction, but we never, like, really arrive at the horizon. You know what I mean? Like, we see it, we go, and God, like, helps us every step of the way. He guides us and keeps us, like, in that direction. And that's, I think, like, really what he did for my life. And I love being covenant community, like, being in the world without being a part of the world, really being able to bring Jesus, like, to the people of the world, especially here in the United States. People are like, oh, they have all of this stuff, like, blah, blah, blah. But the people here, although we have a lot, we don't have love. A lot of people, like St. Mother Teresa said it very well, the people of the Western world don't have, like, they lack love. Although they have material necessities, they lack love. And the human heart's all the same. Everybody's seeking for love, wants to be loved, wants to receive Jesus. And he chooses me, one of the most sinful ones, like one of the worst ones, a vessel of clay that he can mold and use, like, how he wants. So that's like kind of my testimony in a short little snippet. So thank you guys. I'm going to be here for the Q&A, so feel free to reach out to me, ask questions. So thank you all. I'm praying for you. God bless you all. Shalom.